show me any successful product on Amazon, and I'll break down how that product dominates in these 3 things, and it is no secret. The reason a product fails on Amazon is almost always because the offer sucks. I know that sounds harsh and love you guys, but to create an irresistible offer, you need to focus on 3 things: your product, the price point, and the review count. Give me any winning product on Amazon and I will show you how they dominate in one of these 3 things. They either have the best product, the best price point, or they compete on the most reviews. Now, here's the thing. When you're first starting off and you launch your product, you should not compete on price point. When you compete on price point and you're so desperate for sales, you're just going to keep lowering your price point lower and lower and lower to the point where, yes, you may be making sales, but what ends up happening is you lower your profit margin so much that you either make no money or you lose money every sale. And it happens quite often. So do not compete on price point. You just can when you first start off. Then if you try to compete on review count, it just takes time. Accumulating more reviews takes time. You should not expect to get 100 reviews in the first 1 to 2 weeks when you first start selling. It's just unrealistic. The only alternative you really have is by creating the best product offering. And your product offering is made up of 3 things: the product itself, your product photos, and the listing title. When you focus on these 3 things, your product, your photos, or your listing title, I can promise you, you will dominate your competition so that when you do launch, you will make money. So I want to talk about how to focus on those 3 things: how to create the best product offering, how to create the best photos so that when people see your product, they cannot do anything but click on your listing. And then lastly, I want to focus on your listing title and where to put your top 3 keywords that describe your product best so that you can rank organically for those keywords. It would mean the world to me if you take 2 seconds and like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can see when new videos come out. Improving your product offering is just another way of saying, how can I stand out from my competition? And there are a lot of different ways you could stand out, but the biggest is bundling your product with another product. I've actually linked a video up top of how I explain how to do this with a supplier through Alibaba. Another way is you can improve the product quality overall, and this can be done by reading 1-star, 2-star negative reviews, complaints from customers with issues with the product, whether it's how the product was packaged, how it was shipped, missing parts. And I want you to think, can I offer a different color? Are there other colors that would look better? Can the supplier offer a different color? Anything that you read through customer review, it's a golden opportunity to understand what people are frustrated about. You can then take that information back to your supplier and communicate with them of how you can improve the product overall. Then you can really showcase those improvements through your product photos. Finally, you can improve the product by including simple add-ons. And this is really dependent on what the product is, if it's necessary or not. And if it is, that's a golden opportunity. Most of the time, you could think of an add-on that would really complement the product if it was included with it. Let's say, for example, you're selling a Nerf gun and it costs you 50 cents to include 25 more Nerf bullets, and all the other competitors are just selling a gun. That's a simple thing that you can include in the product, and all of a sudden the value of your product just rose $5 to $10 because you're offering more value to the customer. Does that make sense? Bundling your product with something else is probably the most underrated thing. I do it on almost every product I can, because if you provide more value for the customer, they're gonna buy from you. Let me explain what that means. I was looking on Black Box, doing some product research, and I found this snuffle ball for dogs toy. As I was looking at them, look at these examples. Here's the snuffle ball, okay? Here's a snuffle ball with an extra little toy. Tell me this, out of these, which one would you buy? Would you buy this one? Probably not when you compare it to this one or that one. Why? I get 2 items for the price of 1. And all of a sudden, their value as an offer just went up exceedingly higher. Does that make sense? Like, that is how you win on freaking Amazon. The more value you provide, the more people are going to buy from you. It is that simple. Freaking love this stuff. Now with product photos, if you're selling to customers in the United States, you're selling to parents, moms, dads, families, kids, etc. Do you think that they would want to buy a product with photos that looked real, or they were incredibly photoshopped and they looked very sucky? You would want to buy from the product that had real life photos that were looking realistic. The more real life photos you have, the better. You only get 7 photos, and so they should be displayed in order like this. The first photo is your hero image. an up-close picture of your product with the white background and including all or any bundled products. The second photo displays everything included. Photos 3 and 4 are infographics, which show how to use the product, or maybe they highlight different elements or different features. Then photos 5, 6, and 7 are realistic lifestyle images that show real people using your product, so it appeals to the customer who's buying your product. The last thing is improving your listing title. Amazon is going to rank you organically based off of what 3 keywords you have in the beginning of your title. So some of these do strawberry vase. Looks like there's not a lot of options here. Strawberry ceramic vase. So my recommendation is if you wanted to rank for the keyword strawberry vase, put that keyword phrase in the beginning of your title. If I were to focus on any of these 3 things, focus on improving your product offering. Come up with the best version of your product. Bundle it with another product because you can display that in the photos and you're going to get more clicks per impressions than other competitors who are just selling the bare minimum. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. But if not, I'll see you in the next video.